Nowadays, you can find out just about anything on your phone. But at the same time, police can use your phone to find out things about you. Police have a new way to use cell phones to help them in their investigations, but it's been shrouded in secrecy. It's called a Stingray device. It's as small as a briefcase, but it's having a big impact on law enforcement. A Stingray device mimics a cell phone tower. It can force a cell phone to connect and then download and store information. But in the process of trying to get information on one phone, it can also collect information about other phones in the area. Phones of people who are not suspected of doing anything illegal. Andy Hoover is with the ACLU of Pennsylvania.
The Stingray device does not discriminate among all people in the area, so it's bringing in data from everybody in the vicinity of the person who the search warrant is for.
The ACLU has found police in 20 states have purchased Stingray technology. Through a right-to-know request, Fox 43 obtained this purchase order, showing the Pennsylvania State Police spent $232,000 to buy an upgraded version of the technology called Hailstorm. The company that makes this is called the Harris Corporation. It's based in Florida. We wanted to know to what extent the police are using this technology and what impact it's had on investigations. But state police refuse to answer our questions. Why? The FBI doesn't want them to. Police agencies across the country have signed non-disclosure agreements, like this one in Baltimore. It says not to talk about the technology, even in court.
This really is the new frontier when it comes to civil liberties and protecting privacy. There are a lot of new technologies and government could use them. They could use them in ways that are effective, but they could also use them in ways that are abusive.
So we have major privacy questions.
Florida Senator Bill Nelson has written to the Federal Communications Commission, wanting to know why the agency approved the Stingray device. He wants to know whether local police are being trained to get court approval before using this technology.
As technology continues to evolve and to explode, of course, these questions of the constitutional right of privacy get a lot more difficult.
The Washington Post recently highlighted a case in Florida. Tadray McKenzie was accused of armed robbery. His attorney suspected this technology was used in the investigation. A judge ordered police to show the attorneys the cell site simulator. Instead of doing that, the state offered a plea deal. 6 months probation.
I think it creates a lot of problems legally because there's no transparency here.
Fox 43 legal analyst Stephen Bright says the law has not kept up with rapidly advancing technology.
I think everybody possesses a reasonable expectation of privacy. The question's going to be, are the use of a cell phone or the data that emanates from the cell phone, is that protected? Is that protected under the Fourth Amendment?
State police sent us a prepared statement about cell site simulators. Police say they only target cell phones after getting a court order from a judge. They say they don't record conversations, read texts, or store information.
It's something that could be used properly. It's just important that good guidelines are in place.
During the hunt for accused cop killer Eric Frein, police say they used cell phone tracking technology early in the investigation. That helped them find his campsite and his cell phone. They found him several weeks later.
There are certainly many benefits. One that comes to mind is perhaps if it is an abduction or an Amber Alert. You can harvest data quickly, easily, and coherently enough that it can be evaluated to make a quick arrest.
Bright says he expects courts will have to step in and rule on the constitutionality of this. The state legislature likely will have to develop some regulations too. But technology often advances more quickly than the law does.
And that's one of the challenges of how do you write a bill when the technologies are constantly evolving.